So let's talk about PNGs, what they are, why that file type is so cool and so important. So let's get to it. In the last lesson, we learned about how to cut out this EA logo. So if you notice the EA logo on its own layer, background also on its own layer. So for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete this background. I'm going to highlight it, drag it to the trash can. And notice that we have the checkerboard behind the EA logo. That checkerboard tells us that the background is transparent. There is nothing behind it. So I want to save this file as a PNG. That way I can keep that transparent background. So if I ever want to put this on top of or in front of a new texture, I don't need to waste any time cutting it out. I can just plop it right on top. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Command-Shift-S. That brings up my Save As. I'm going to save this as the EA logo because that's what it is. Go ahead and make sure that I'm saving to my desktop, not anywhere else. And last but not least, where it says Format, instead of Photoshop, this time around I'm going to scroll all the way down and choose PNG. If I choose a PNG, that means it's going to save and keep that transparent background. That's really awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Save. For the time being, I'm just going to have my PNG options say smallest/slow, and interlace is going to be none. I'll go ahead and hit OK. So let's minimize Photoshop for a second, and here's my PNG. I'm going to click on it and hit the spacebar to preview. Now, because I'm on a Mac, the preview for my PNG, the background is going to appear gray on the Mac preview. Again, in Photoshop, that is going to have a checkerboard background. That's going to let us know that it is transparent. I'm going to close my preview. I'm going to go back to Photoshop. So for the time being, I'm going to close this lasso file. I'm going to go ahead and hit Don't Save. I want to add my EA logo to this new texture. So I can go ahead and hit File, Place, because I want to place this in this existing file. I will select my EA logo PNG, and I'm going to go ahead and hit Place. Well, look at that. Because the background is already cut out, I could scale this if I want. I can move this if I want. But again, the background is already cut out because I saved it as a PNG. Now it's ready to go. So whatever my background was, this happens to just be a random texture, I could see through the parts that are cut out and see what's behind it. That's what's awesome about a PNG.